So it'd been 3 weeks with terrible weather and bad colds over the winter, and we hadn't got out for any bike rides. This is the first time we could manage one, and looks like we're doing the Hobsonville Point circuit, which, as it happens, is the only Great Ride passport route that we've been able to find the passport for. So, as the Hobsonville Point circuit is only 6 kilometres long, we added in the Springs2City, Greenway, Northwestern Cycleway, and some Arch Hill mountain bike trails, which we had selected as Route 12, an extra Great Auckland ride. From home, we linked several small reserves through to Western Springs before biking through the Springs Reserve itself, going on road up to Williamson Road and then down through Lynn Park, the Lynn Greenway, linking up a few other little reserves like Cox's Bay before taking College Hill Road and getting down to the Viaduct. We then realised we'd missed the ferry, so rather than taking the ferry at that point, we continued on the Northwestern Cycleway and Arch Hill mountain bike trails all the way back to home before getting the car and driving round to Hobsonville Point. Unfortunately, the ferries on a Sunday are only every 2 hours or 3 hours even through to the northern suburbs, so that didn't work out very well for us. So once again, the plan to use the public transport system to link together different rides didn't really work for us. But in this case, with all the rain that was about, it wasn't such a bad thing to have a break in the middle and to drive over. And in between showers, we did the Hobsonville Point loop. riding around the Hobsonville Point trail. It was partly blocked off right at the beginning where they're building what looks like a new boat club. So we had to sort of scramble through the bush a little bit and eventually get around to here. But it's always been a fun ride. Nice tidal flats out to the left, part of the Waitemata Harbour, and yeah, some old Air Force buildings and bunkers and things that are kind of neat to play around on. We don't have the boy with us today, so some of the usual things of riding your bike inside the bunkers, etc., won't happen. The only excitement is trying to avoid being garroted by some dog. It's just a great big dog park. Pretty much nothing else to it anymore. Oh well. These trails have got enough room to accommodate all the different uses, I guess. Whoa.